Kerrie's talking about tube. What a surprise! Not like she has for the past 3 years! So, live events, what is it? We're really getting back to the basics now. Live events, as the name may suggest, is anything recorded in a live setting. As the video department, what we are responsible for is creating an artifact for the performers to use as their portfolio. Additionally to this, the video can also be uploaded to any other streaming services. Live events such as Glastonbury or even the proms are exciting for audiences to watch because not only are they in the comfort of their home, but they are also getting an experience that they wouldn't have if they attended the event in person. They are able to have a vast variety of angles and perspectives because of how the cameras are positioned. Most small-scale live events consist of 3 to 5 camera layout, 2 operated and the rest in a static position and operated in another location. For my university's live music events called The Tube, there has historically been a 3 camera layout, like I said before, with 2 being operated and the third being a safety wide. In other events that I have partaken in this year was Eurovision. The camera setup consisted again of 1 wide, 2 Panasonic TV cameras and 3 PTZs that were operated in the shed. From the size of the space, calling it a shed was humbling to say the least. Although PTZs haven't got the same frame rate and graphics quality compared to real cameras, it allowed for a perspective that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. For example, a PTZ is perfect for positioning anywhere around the drummer because although they carry the literal beat of the performance, they are placed in unfortunate positions. R.I.P. little drummer boy. I just want it stated that I hated that poll, okay? Justice for the drummers! But that was Little Cafe Tube. Tube Extra is where it gets interesting. Tube Extra is like the Tube, but extra. It is hosted in the Paul McCartney Auditorium, and this year consisted of 43 LIPA student performances. As this was my year group's last performance, I did want it to make it that little bit special. And also the fact it was my first year out of all 3 that I was actually being assessed on. Our camera layout consisted of 2 static pocket Blackmagic cameras focused on stage, 3 4.6K Ursas, a PTZ positioned centre upstage in the trusts, and of course a classic wide. Oh, and this audience camera, which is beautiful at showing the crowd and atmosphere, but not so great when there is no crowd or atmosphere. This number of cameras was perfect for the scale of performance we experienced. The variety of angles and potential for movement allowed for more professional and interesting creative perspectives. Additionally, in post-production, there are more cameras to cut to than just a simple wide if a camera operator moves before the director cuts away, or when the director stayed on the same shot for a while. Most of the time, this is a nicer, reliable option, but it can distort the vibe of the performance. My style of directing tailors to the style of music that is performed on stage. I enjoy cutting away and keeping to the beat of the music, my personal favourite being rock. In sound checks, I would stay for each act and take notes on what style they were. For example, Freeman's was a whole performance. Very pop, very camp, very, very, very fun. However, it changed to being sad, slow, and heavily emotional. Between these sets, there were blackouts. So many blackouts. As director, I was transparent with my team, keeping them informed of what was predicted to happen on stage and when the lights would be fading in and fading out. This kept consistent flow with everyone on page with what was going on. Although I greatly enjoy being director, I do also love operating the dolly camera. The dolly camera is on a tripod. The tripod is then placed on 2 6-meter long metal poles and then elevated slightly to allow a very smooth transition. On this, I quickly learned that while operating a moving camera, the image that you see on the monitor appears a lot slower to the movement that a viewer is observing. Therefore, I had to consciously slow down my movement to maintain clear visuals. Some camera movements I included were slow tracking, simple panning, Star Wars wipe, drama, all while being careful not to crash at the end of the bars. I remember the early days of Chew where we'd put 3 SD cards in a camera and then press record, and that was it. Throughout these years at Lipper, I have learned the world of live TV and broadcasting. My technological skills have advanced in understanding how signal works and even what cables are needed to proceed this. In addition to that, my knowledge of how other departments work has become key in my career. By me understanding what others are doing, I have a clear approach of how to approach tasks on stage without compromising anyone else. If I'm being honest, I wasn't always into my tubes. I wanted to be a writer and have the pretty pictures and voices in my head be real. Look at me now! I'm a director, I'm a handheld operator, I'm a dolly operator, and a vision mixer. I lied. I don't like vision mixing. I don't like being told what to do. I have grown an overwhelming passion to the live events environment and culture with its long days for people and the adrenaline-filled tasks. Working in live events opens opportunities to witness your favourite performers on stage and get close and personal with them. During my time at Lipper, I have made many connections with performers. It has also given me confidence as I pursue my career in live filmmaking after I graduate at Lipper.